All right, I don't know how well this audio is or how well the camera is because it's a destroyed phone right now, but welcome to the very first video on this channel. If you don't know who I am, that's perfectly fine. My name is Denton Machuga. I am the world champion rock stacker I'm four-time world rock stacking champion in the height division specifically. Over the past 6 years I've won it, but this channel is just a log of my personal efforts of both height stuff that I've made, some artistic stuff, and arches and stuff like that. Now, we recently had a flood here, and I don't know if anyone can see that. That's a little bit higher than it normally is. Usually it's a little bit lower than that, but during the actual flood, the water got up to right about my head. Now I'm right about 190 centimeters or 6'2", and it was really pushing on that rock stack right there. But that thing's been standing for about 35 days, been going strong, and when this water came through, it completely reshaped and moved rocks around. So it's a really good, clean, fresh palette for me to start on. I don't expect a major following from this. I'm stacking rocks, but if you do like what you see, maybe go out and try some rock stacking of your own. I'd love it if I encourage someone to do that, because this is a really nice art form that I really love doing. So with that being said, I will do some height, some arches, some artistic stuff if the water allows me, and I'll just get to it, I guess. All right, I hope I have enough storage, and I hope you guys can see this. This is the template I'm gonna be stacking on. I don't know if you guys can hear me or if it's connected through this. That's the template I'm gonna be stacking on now. There's some big rocks around it. I'm gonna move them around, see what really works. Get a really solid base set. Right now you're on my polished oldest stack that I have. But yeah, I'm no master at it. I've won it a bunch, but I mean, it's just me stacking. One big thing about this region that I'm in is that there is the two kinds of rocks most commonly found here is sandstone and then granite. So it's either really light stuff that breaks easily, that's good for like tops and whatnot, or stuff that's massive and weighs a couple 100 pounds. But yeah, I'm not gonna be complaining. I'm gonna just be stacking. That's what we do here. It's hot. Last time I checked, it was like 37 out. I might just slightly be out of frame every once in a while. Nah, I'm good. I'm sure it'll be fine. So, I don't know if it hears it through this or through the phone, but that stack, already from base to top, probably right around 6'4", 6'4", or give or take 190 centimeters. Now, bear in mind, yeah, I'd say that's about 190. I'm 187, but that is an it's not breaking any records. Not any of mine anyways. But it's a solid stack. If I saw that, I'd be like, hey, that person did a really good job of stacking. And this isn't like a master's class or anything, but I just like stacking. Usually at the top, you'll see them go really small. Whether that's for height or quantity, it honestly can vary. But as you can see, I'm trying to get as high as possible without moving as a lot of rocks. That's why I have that really big one standing on its end, and that one second from the top standing on its end, because it adds some good height to it. I mean, if those two were laying down on their side, it'd be up to my ribs maybe. But it's just these little tips and tricks that really help you win. Now this is a really good example of what I personally would call a brick. There's a lot of different kinds of rock formations that you will find out of like just rocks you can pick up. This is one I'd call a brick. As you can see, it's very square. It would be really good for setting a top. Like if I were to set that, I'd set this end on the lowest point. So then whenever it leveled out, it'd be flat there, but then curves there. But it's just knowing what to get and where to put it. And that's about it. It's almost completely out of frame, but that is about what you would expect out of a pretty good stack. It's not my best, but it is a good stack. There's a few things I could have improved on. There's a few places on this stack that is really unstable, and you can see that right here. This brick really wasn't stable without this right here, and that is referred to as a shim. Some competitions allow them, some don't, but it really depends on if you're good with shims or not. This stack wouldn't have fared very well with shims. But as you may be able to see, I'll flip the camera around real quick. I'd say that's a solid, I don't know. Well, it's a solid foot taller than me. So right about 7 foot, maybe a little bit taller, 7.5. Now, nobody's expected to stack this right away, especially if you're smaller and you don't have like a ladder or anything. Also, another thing on that topic, never, and I mean never, start stacking rocks. Like if it's your first or second time stacking rocks, never do it, first off, taller than you can reach, and second off, without somebody around. Because right now, I don't know if you can see this, there is nobody around me. I mean, there's a bridge right there, but that's loud. They wouldn't be able to hear if, per se, that stack fell on top of me. They wouldn't be able to hear that crash. They wouldn't be able to hear me yelling for help, because we have a dam right there, flowing water. We have a few rapids down here. It's a lot. So if you do go out to stack rocks, first of all, thank you. It's a really fun and really awesome sport, I think. But it's also really dangerous, especially for little kids. All right, now that I have a good stack set up, right about there, and that one, I'm gonna make an arch right about there, bridging those two rocks. I gotta grab some water first, because that took, even though it took only about 15 minutes, I'm still exhausted. All right, we're gonna do arches now. Right here is my arch template. Don't know if you can see it. I have a few little stacks right there. And I'll be sure to put a few photos up whenever I'm done. And in the meantime, I'll voice over, I'll put photos up of old arches I did here or something. I don't know. As long as we keep recording, we'll be good. It keeps looking like it's shutting down for some reason. Could it be because it's burning up outside? Who knows? Alas, I will not question it. We've been going. All right. Let's begin. All right. It cut out there because it is way too hot in this absolutely horrible place. It is burning up, but I did manage to get an arch. Now, it's not great. It's not perfect. Nothing ever will be when it comes to rock stacking. It's a pretty good arch, though. All right, let's hope this works, and let's hope it doesn't fall. I'm gonna try and do this intro fast because I'm running out of storage, apparently. Arch did okay-ish. You're wedged in between a thing very precariously right now. Like, light breeze knock you over. I'm gonna do an arch on the other side, and then I will record it whenever it's done. The phone had to cool off for a second, so. Oh, and you can actually see on this one. That's great. I love that. That's hot. I don't love that. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Seat. This one's been sitting in the shade, so it's nice and cool. Oh, hi. If you're ever stacking next to a big stack, don't. Just flat out don't. Because this thing, if I bump it, it has a chance of falling on me. And there's no one around that would help me. Or that could help me. It's just it's a dangerous sport. This is really an everything channel. Gotta find more rocks. Remember when I was bringing up that sandstone stuff? That's what this is. It's really, really brittle. But this is a small stack, so I'll live with it. Now, this sport has sparked sort of a controversy in the world of nature, I guess, because it's moving rocks around, and that's not really just it. It's if you do it in a place that doesn't really have stable soil structure, like a good few riparian zones, if like you hit a good few riparian zones and like don't fix it, it could very well not destroy the ecosystem, but it wouldn't be great for the ecosystem around the riparian zone. This area around here this riparian zone anyways, is really sustainable. Like, there are hundreds of thousands of rocks, and if I pick one up and I see something using it actively as its home, like something of substance, then I'm usually make sure to leave it there because I don't want to disturb it or the way of the ecosystem. This is just it's a fun way to spend some pastime, and it leaves a pretty cool mark. Not a bad one necessarily, but it leaves one that says, I was here, I built this, this was all me. But there is a big disagreement whether or not it actually hurts the areas or not. Me personally, I know I won't be around long enough to see the effects that my contributions have, whether that be my contributions of moving rocks or leaving rocks. But I strive, usually whenever everything is over, I strive to put everything not exactly back the way it was. I did try to do that, but there's beauty in an art form like this, so you can't really both make it and get away with having it stay how it was. I'm gonna just do a few final touches and then we should be good technically. I'll show you what it looks like right now in case it falls. This is basically it. It's connecting this rock to that center rock and then right there. You could have done a really one big arch, but I really wanted to break it up into sections like this. I think it looks a little bit better. It adds some character and some nice curve to the landscape. Granted, these rocks are all like curved and weathered over, but that adds some like distinct characteristics to this area. So yeah, those are arches. And those are all gravity. This is all gravity glue right here. There's no shims, no glue, no rebar, no nothing. It's all just pure gravity right here, keeping everything in place. So I'm gonna just do a few more things here and there. If it falls and I will rebuild. But yes, let us begin. Well guys, I've been down here for about another hour and a half since I last turned it off. And here it is. All right, this is it. That side's fallen so many times. But honestly, I think that looks pretty good. I actually really loved doing this. I love the outcome. It got frustrating at points, but man, does that look good. I'm exhausted. I think I'm gonna go home now. We did one really good hike today and one really good arch. It looks like it's getting a little dark. Might rain soon, something. But yeah, that was my arch. Again, I don't know how often I'm gonna be making these. This was just a one-off. I'm gonna be doing a lot more personal training on this kind of stuff because I have a competition coming up in July. That is pretty cool to me because I had never gotten anything done like that before. So I'm gonna grab some photos, grab some water, and then I'm gonna get home because even though these clouds have rolled in, the heat has not died down one bit. In case you're wondering, this is what it looks like from the back. But yeah, just a few really good stacks today. I like how that one's balancing a little bit. This one a couple months ago, as you can see by, there's a few spider webs on it and whatnot. There might be a nest up there, who knows. But yeah, arches was successful today. I really liked that. And it was a successful day. And I got a lot more practicing to do before Scotland, which is this July. So I may have a few videos. I have no idea. I like doing this. I kind of like recording. I might do it more. I don't know. I like being in the zone while I'm doing this, not worrying about recording and whatnot. But who knows? I might end up actually enjoying it. I definitely will post something about Scotland if I do make it there. So thank you guys for watching. There's some water. See you guys. Make sure you guys stack rocks, stay in school.